And Gaza Civil Defense Agency said that Israeli military strikes killed at least 120 people in the Gaza Strip.
Well, this as the United States and Arab mediators push for a ceasefire deal. Israeli army tanks took positions near the border with Gaza as its campaign continued in the enclave. The IDF said its air force struck 130 targets used by militant groups in Hamas in Gaza over the past 2 days. Now, footage from the aftermath of a strike on Deir al-Balah showed flattened buildings and piles of concrete rubble.
A strike in Jabalia in northern Gaza hit a complex including a mosque and a small medical clinic, killing 13 people. The health ministry in the Hamas-run territory said 2,876 people have been killed since Israel resumed strikes on the 18th of March, taking the war's overall toll to 53,010.
Well, Israel says its aid stoppage and military pressure are meant to force Hamas to free the remaining hostages seized during the October 2023 attack that triggered the war.
But the group insisted that restoration of humanitarian assistance to the war-ravaged territory was the minimum requirement for talks. It also warned that Gaza was not for sale hours after US President Donald Trump once again floated the idea of taking over the territory and turning it into a freedom zone. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio acknowledged the criticism to this plan and said that Washington was open to an alternative if someone had a better one.
We're not immune or in any way insensitive to the suffering of the people of Gaza, and I know that there's opportunities here to provide aid for them. There's a plan out there that's been offered that's been criticized by some, but it allows people to get aid without Hamas stealing it. And we'll continue to work towards that in ways that we think are constructive and productive.
US Secretary of State also said that he spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that Washington is troubled by the humanitarian situation in Gaza.
Meanwhile, the United Nations said that it won't take part in a US-backed humanitarian operation in Gaza because it's not impartial, neutral nor independent, while Israel pledged to facilitate the effort without being involved in aid deliveries.
Would characterize anything as a ban. I've made it clear that that we participate in aid operations if they are in accordance with our basic principles. As we've stated repeatedly, this particular distribution plan does not accord with our basic principles, including those of impartiality, neutrality, independence, and we will not be participating in this.
Furthermore, the Israeli military said that it intercepted a missile fired from Yemen following air raid sirens which were sounded in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Now, the attack was claimed by Yemen's Houthi rebels, the Iran-backed group that said that they had targeted Tel Aviv's international airport with the help of hypersonic ballistic missile.
The missile force of Yemeni armed forces carried out a specific military operation targeting Lod Airport, Israel named Ben Gurion Airport, in the occupied area of Jaffa, using a hypersonic ballistic missile. The missile has successfully achieved its objective, causing millions of occupying Zionists to flee to shelters and halting airport operations for nearly an hour.